Hello and thank you again for joining us here at SoCal Addiction Treatment, where we've been doing a video series on all kinds of different topics within the recovery field. Today we're talking about this concept of drug addict, and we explored kind of how this label tends to elicit a lot of shame. But this idea of a drug addict has a lot of myths. So people hear that word drug addict and they immediately think of criminal behavior. But what we're learning by research is that a drug addict is not what we've typically defined it as, a homeless person or a transient or a deviant person that's going off and stealing things to get drugs. Rather, we're seeing that this drug addict, quote unquote, type of persona has permeated all segments of society and socioeconomic classes. We see drug addicts that are very, very affluent, that aren't stealing because they have access to a lot of money and struggle with drug addiction. We see a drug addict that is poor, that doesn't have any hope, and so they use drugs for that, become a drug addict because of that. We also see people that have injuries that become a drug addict because they've got legitimate injuries and legitimate pain, and then consequently begin to need lots more and more medication and become a drug addict. So you can't really define it as this kind of, oh my gosh, a drug addict is a bad, horrible person that goes and robs, people and is violent. Because it's not that. A drug addict is much more complex, and addiction is a lethal disease. And here at SoCal Addiction Treatment, we really try to work with a person that has been labeled as a drug addict and try to get them into a place where they understand that that's not them, that they're a lot more than that. And we walk them through every step of recovery. These videos are so short, and if I can say anything to you, I would say don't go at this problem alone. Get help. Let us help you get the healing that you need. Call us now here at SoCal Addiction Treatment, 888-590-0777. Once again, 888-590-0777, and let SoCal Addiction Treatment walk you through this very scary and lonely experience of trying to find the healing that you really need or that your loved one really needs.